Hello students, I hope all of you are understanding. Okay, if any one of you have any doubt, just clarify your doubt, okay? And as assignments you can submit in the evening, just 10 or 15 minutes before the clarification round. So children, in the previous class we discussed about the properties of the solution, and now we will discuss about the properties of colloids and the suspensions. But before that, I would like to revise whatever we have discussed till now in chapter 2, that is matter around us pure. Now children, as I told you before also, that matter, it is of two types, that is pure substances and impure substances. Pure substances are elements and compounds, and impure substances are also called as mixtures. They are of two types, that is homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures. Homogeneous mixtures are those mixtures in which the components are uniformly distributed throughout, like salt water. Heterogeneous mixtures are those in which the components are not uniformly distributed. Okay. So, homogeneous mixtures are called as solutions, and the heterogeneous mixtures are of two types, that is colloids and suspensions. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now children, colloid, it looks like a, or it appears like a solution or a homogeneous mixture, because homogeneous mixtures are also called as solutions. So the colloid, it appears to be a solution, but actually it is not. Why? Because here the size of the particle is very small. It is slightly bigger than that of the solution. So that is why it appears to be homogeneous solution, but it is not a homogeneous solution. It is a heterogeneous solution. Example, milk. Milk appears to be a homogeneous solution, or it appears to be a solution, but actually milk is a heterogeneous solution. Understood? Now, but how we come to know that colloids are heterogeneous? Because these colloids, they are able to scatter a beam of light, which is called as Tyndall effect. Solution, the only difference is that the solutions are unable to scatter beam of light, because the particles of solution are very small, so they cannot scatter the beam of light when it passes through the solution. So the path of the light is not visible. But in case of colloids, the particles are slightly bigger in size than solutions, so these particles of colloids, they can scatter the beam of light when and can see the path of the light. So, which shows that colloids are the heterogeneous mixtures. Okay. So, this scattering of a beam of light is also called as Tyndall effect. What it is called? Tyndall effect. You can also see it in the picture. Okay, children. Now, children, Tyndall effect can also be observed when a fine beam of light enters a room through a small hole. This happens due to scattering of light by the particles of dust and smoke in the air. Tyndall effect can be observed when sunlight passes through a canopy of a dense forest. In the forest, mist contains tiny droplets of water, and it acts as a particles, and it scatters the beam of light. Understood or no? Now, what are the properties of the colloid? Colloid is a heterogeneous mixture. Okay, that we discussed why it is a heterogeneous mixture. The size of the particle of a colloid is too small to be individually seen by naked eye. Okay, but it is slightly bigger than that of solutions. Colloids are big enough to scatter a beam of light passing through it and make its path visible. Okay, you can see it in the diagram, or you can see it in the image. the colloid, they do not settle down when left undisturbed. So what does it shows? When the colloids are left undisturbed, what happens? The particles, they do not settle at the bottom. Okay, what does it shows? It shows that colloids are stable. Is it clear? Okay, and they cannot be separated from mixture by filtration. Why? Because the particles are very, very small in size. That is why the particles cannot be separated by the filtration. I hope all of you know the process of filtration. You have studied this in class 6 also. Okay, so the particles are smaller in size, so they cannot be separated by filtration. But there is one special technique which is called as centrifugation that can be used to separate the colloid particles. And here you can also see the Tyndall effect, children. You can see here there is a laser beam of light, and there are two substance mixtures. One is a solution, it's written pure water, and another is the colloidal solution. Now you can see the particles in colloidal solution. You can see with the blue color that is bigger as compared to that of the pure water. Okay, now when the beam of light is passed through these solutions, now since in the pure water is what here? It is a homogeneous mixture, it is a solution. So the particle size are very, very small. So when the beam of light passes through this pure water, or when it passes through solution, the beam of light is not scattered and the path of the beam of light is not visible. But in colloidal solution, you can see the particles are bigger in size. So when the light, it passes through the colloidal solution, these particles, they scatter the beam of light. And when the beam of light is scattered, then the path of the beam of light becomes visible. So that is one important property which differs colloid and solutions. I hope it is clear to all of you. If anyone has any doubt, you can ask. Now children, there are, now you know in solutions there are two components. One is solute and another one is solvent. Solute is the substance, or it's the component which gets dissolved in the solvent and which is present in the small amount, and solvent is the component which dissolves solute and it is present in the larger amount. But in colloids there are two components. One is dispersed phase and dispersing medium. The solute like components of colloidal solution is called dispersed phase. Understood? Solute particles, na? In colloid there must be particles. So those particles are called dispersed phase, and the solvent like component, okay, which is in large amount, is called dispersing medium. The dispersed phase and the dispersing medium may be solid, liquid or gas. I hope it is clear to everyone. Dispersed phase and dispersing medium. Now you can see here where classification of colloids is written. Dispersed phase is solid and dispersion medium is also solid. So the colloid is solid sol. Example, colored glasses, gemstones. If dispersed phase is solid, dispersion medium is liquid, then it is called as sol and it is paints cell fluids. Understood? Here the dispersing medium which is present in large amount is a liquid and the particles are solid. Okay, but paints appear to be a homogeneous mixture, but actually they are not, they are colloids. When the solid dispersed phase is solid and dispersion medium is gas, then type of colloid is smoke, because smoke, here in the smoke the solid particles are present in small amount and in large amount the smoke is this gas is present. You can say dust, particulates. If the dispersed phase is liquid, dispersion medium is solid, then it is called as gel. Cheese, butter, jellies. Okay, liquid, both the dispersed phase and the medium is liquid, we call it as a emulsion, like milk, here cream. Is it clear? When it is dispersed phase is liquid, dispersion medium is gas, aerosol, fog, mist, cloud. They all are colloids. If the dispersed phase is gas and dispersion medium is solid, it is called as solid form, pumic stone, foam, rubber. If dispersed phase is gas and dispersion medium is liquid, then the type of colloid is foam, froth, whipped cream. I hope it is clear. Okay, now we come to suspensions. Now children, what are suspensions? Any one of you can tell me? Any one of you can tell me what is suspensions? Children, suspension are heterogeneous mixtures. I can say heterogeneous mixtures. Okay. Now, here in suspension, it is a heterogeneous mixture in which the solute particles do not dissolve. Okay, but it remains suspended throughout the bulk of the medium. Okay, but whereas in colloids and solutions, this thing solute was mixed. Okay, now and here in the suspension the particles are visible to the naked eye. Okay, now what are the properties of suspension? Can anyone tell me properties of suspension? The particles of the suspension can be seen with the naked eye. Okay, particles, they settle down. When the suspension is left undisturbed, the particles, they settle down at the bottom, so we can say suspensions are unstable. The particles of suspension scatter a beam of light or they show Tyndall effect. The suspensions are heterogeneous and they can be separated by filtration. Understood? Now here you can see the three different types of mixtures, the solutions, colloids and suspensions. I hope it is clear to everyone. So children, today we will do till here. Okay. We have discussed the properties of colloids, solutions and suspensions. So rest we will do in the next class. Thank you children.